About thanks, how's you?
Oh, we're good, thank you, Michael. How exactly is all this going to work?
People are going to come up, I'm going to high-five them. That's the answer in a nutshell. Okay, so at the DLR Festival of World Cultures on Saturday, I'm going to be setting up from hopefully about 11:30 in the morning, something like that. And yeah, so I mean, my mates are going to be counting, and Guinness are sending someone out to observe the whole thing, you know, make sure I adhere to the rules, that sort of thing. The record as it stands is 3,131, and I intend to make it a lot higher than that.
Now, do they have to be different people, or can you get a high five from the same person?
No, it has to be different people every time. So we're going to be giving everyone a sticker once they high five me, and I can't count any high fives I get off someone who has a sticker.
A friend at one of our sister stations did this on Grafton Street, giving hugs, and she said literally by the end of it, her arms were practically hanging off her. What's this going to say about your hand?
Well, I mean, you know, what does one have to do in order to toughen up their hand to that extent? I've no idea. But I took a decent guess that, you know, maybe I should start getting to lifting dumbbells, that sort of thing. It certainly can't hurt.
You could request low impact high fives.
Yeah, no, but I don't want to do that. I mean, the reason that I'm doing the whole thing anyway is because I like high-fiving people and do them hard, and I like when other people do them hard, and I don't want to change that simply on account of the fact that I have to do thousands of them this time.
So it's a specific kind of high five you're looking for. I mean, what is the best kind of high five?
Well, I mean, I actually have regulations. First of all, I can only use my right hand. Secondly, they all have to be at like head height or above. I don't know, I mean, what I is if you look at someone's elbow when you're going for a high five, you won't miss.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. I've done that a couple of times. It's embarrassing. What about a low five? Is a low five going to work?
Unfortunately not. You know, those are the regulations. They all have.
What about around the side?
Once it's over shoulder height, however you want, or I mean, you know, I could do plenty of low fives, it's just they won't count towards the record.
You are doing this for a very good cause. You're hoping to generate 5 million litres of clean water for UNICEF, but
I am indeed.
Why the high fives? Why have you thought of this actual record that you want to break?
Well, I mean, I high-five people anyway. At Oktoberfest 2006, one of the lads I was with, he just started high-fiving randomers walking by. I joined in because it seemed like good crack, and I found I'd never had more fun in my life. I've kind of been doing it ever since. So, you know, basically, if I'm out, if I'm having a good time, basically every randomer standing near me will be expected to high-five me. So, I mean, it got to the point where I was doing it so much that the only logical thing was to attempt to break the record. Hell, I've probably broken it anyway.
Have you got like a best and worst high five in your life? What's the best high five you've ever had?
Let me see, I've got a couple of celebrity high fives. And let me see, high five off an on-duty guard was pretty slick. No, got a high five once off a guy with no arms. Wow. I mean, if you were to ask him about it, he might just tell you that I headbutted him, but I considered it a high five.
And Michael, I say this with trepidation because it's obvious how you feel about high fives, but you don't think they're a little bit cheesy?
A little bit, yeah, but I'm a big bit cheesy, so that works for me.
I'm saying this is a sort of a tongue-in-cheek Guinness World Record breaking attempt.
Well, I mean, you know, it isn't, I don't know, like the fastest ever mile or anything like that, but, you know, they all count.
They certainly do. What about the ladies? I mean, when you're out and about, do you use this as a charm offensive up to a girl, hey, high five, and it might end up in conversation and maybe more?
I'm not denying a thing. Yes, I use that all the time, and I've had minimal success with it, but that doesn't mean I won't keep trying.
You're a peculiar sort of fellow, aren't you, Michael?
One can but try.
Well, if people want to give you a high five and try and give you the best high five that you've ever got, where will you be standing at the Festival of World Cultures this weekend?
Okay, I'll be down near the main stage at the festival, so it's down like on the seafront, near where all the food stands are set up. If people are familiar with the area, they'll know where I mean. But I'll have a whole bunch of people around trying to, you know, like corral as many people towards me as possible. So, I mean, I'll make myself known. Don't worry about that.
Will you have a stage? Will people run up a couple of stairs to get to you to high five? I mean, is there going to be a bit of drama to the thing?
There will, and well, I mean, basically, I'll be doing my best to create as much drama as I can myself. I will have a stage of sorts, because, I mean, one of the terms from Guinness is I do have to be in the one spot the whole time. I mean, I can't come to you, you got to come to me. So, yeah, I will be doing my best to make it as flamboyant as possible. So, and, I mean, I can only say, like, good things about the DLR Festival of World Cultures as well. I mean, I'm there every year, it's great crack, and everyone should go and have a good time.
Well,
and high-five me.
It sounds like you're not going to miss him. He's trying to beat the current record for 3,131 people. Help him out. Michael Cotter, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you very much for having me.
This is
Spin 103.8 The Spin.
I don't know what to make of that. He's a bit mad, isn't he?
Why?
In a nice way. I don't know. He's very enthusiastic about high fives.
Have you ever read the Guinness Book of Records? I mean, everybody has done the most insane things. The person with the longest nails that literally mean they can't do anything themselves and all. I mean, they're real crackpots. I'm not a big fan of the high five. I do think it's cheesy. When somebody kind of turns to me and goes, hey, high five, I'm like, oh, God.
I know, yeah, but like people do the world record attempt, and they're either completely mad people, and then there's the people who are doing it just to get into the Guinness Book of Records. But he seems really a man devoted to the high five. I mean, he's really into the high five. I have to say, it was one of the strangest interviews that I've done in quite some time.
Let's have a poll now. You can text in high fives, cheesy or cool, please. 085 121 1038.
Suzanne, who's working on the Spain, she's quite the hottie. She said she'd totally give him a high five. So he's obviously got some high five appeal.
Niall has texted in relation to our last topic on sex diaries. He says, I'm with my girlfriend 2 years tomorrow.